Welcome to RVing in New England, the nation's only forum that puts you on stage with some of the biggest names in the RV industry. And now your hosts, John DePietro and Bob Zagami.
Well, that was. I cut that off at 3 or 4. I figured I was in such a hurry to get us on TV tonight. I said, I'll just cut it short, and then we'll get to the screen faster.
But didn't you hear the announcer say, John DePietro and Bob Zagami?
That's the part I was going to try to cut out.
I opened my mouth ready to say, good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to another edition of RVing in New England. I open my mouth and I hear you. So it's just not right.
Better you turn on your computer and you see me. That's even better.
Hey, Kevin Hiroki is here. He must be done golfing.
Well, golf, not only does he go golfing, he had Chris Andro out on his boat last night. They had a fun time. Chris is out there buying up a storm. He's buying up a lot of Cougars and Montanas. And he spent a couple of days at the Ryder Cup.
And what was that, in Ohio or Michigan, or where was that?
Milwaukee.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the one that's coming to Brookline? U.S. Open, or
that's the U.S. Yeah, the U.S. Open at the Country Club in Brookline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We do that. Yeah.
That's the big one coming up.
So but Kevin, where do you see Kevin? I don't see Kevin.
Kevin right there, 702.
Oh, there he is. Good evening.
Not only is Kevin a good golfer, but his son looks like he's got some pretty cool style.
He's had some good lessons. Kevin, what'd you think about the 11-year-old kid? I think Roman's 10 years old now.
Ryder Cup.
How about the 11-year-old kid in New Mexico that had 2 holes in one round of golf? I know you must have seen that story, Kevin. Ryder Cup was in Wisconsin, and it was fantastic. Walter Swenson is on. Walter heads for Florida on Friday for another one of his record-breaking runs. Leaves on Friday with a trailer in tow this time, so he's probably only going to average 60 miles an hour.
Was he bringing the little trailer down?
Yeah, he's bringing that down, and that's going to his sister. Dante's on. Good evening, Dante. And Jim Conboy. Maybe should we bring up our guest, or should we just leave him down?
Yeah, no. We'll bring our guest up in just a minute. Here's what I need to say. I think we need to salute Frank Cates, because he got here, H-E-R-E, to H-E-A-R, all the good stuff. A lot of people are not able to really play with the English language.
He has perfected his grammar. Very, very good, Frank. You get your star for that. Bernie Colleton's on.
Frank Belange is here.
Bernie's are good. Frank Belange, yep. Hello. Ed Laturco's on early tonight, too. Great. Well, should I introduce the guest, because you don't seem to have any inclination?
Well, you know what? I was going to introduce the guest, but, here's the thing. I believe, and I'm sure, Zagami, you would agree, that we have the bestest, most loyalist audience in all of broadcasting. Can we call this broadcasting? I think so.
Sure it is.
Yeah, because more people get their news from us than they do from network news. So consequently, our audience, our live studio audience, kept saying hello, and I wanted to, let them know that we appreciate their staying with us every week. And now,
wait, before we do that, let's do a little bit of news. No, we have to congratulate Thor Industries.
Right.
That's right. Financial figures came out this week.
They're ridiculous.
Last fiscal year, they did $12.3 billion in revenue, which is up $4 billion from the $8 billion that they did last year.
Which means it's a 50% increase in sales.
Right.
Okay. Now, I think, ladies and gentlemen, as I look through this list, we have a lot of people here that are in business or in business for themselves. And, as we said in one of our other shows, Bob, what's the name of that other show that we do?
The Camper Report Show.
The Camper Report Show, when we taped that yesterday. By the way, it'll be available Friday noon on the Camper Report network. We said that in this COVID era, There are some businesses that'd be happy to be up 5%, some happy to be up 10%. Unheard of to be up 10 or 15%, and ridiculous to be up 50%. But you know what? Kevin's part of that crowd, and
right.
we enjoyed
Keystone, Cougar, Montana. Here's the other thing that was absolutely blew my mind on the financial reporting. They now have a backlog of $16.8 billion. That's a backlog. That's orders in-house from the dealers. So that means they're going to have 190% increase in revenue in 2 years, because it goes 8 billion, 12 billion, and they're going to add another 4 billion, at least another 4. That's the backlog.
Until
in 2 years. In 2 years.
Until one thing. Until Kevin puts in his golfing expense account for clients. That's going to take those numbers down considerably, because he figures now if everything's good, he can just hide in the trees and coast for a year until the numbers catch up with him.
Not Kevin. There are some people who do that, but it wouldn't be Kevin.
Yeah, he would take us out though, but because next time he comes to New England, because we've said good things about him,
right?
He should take us out. Right,
he's good. All right, you better introduce our guest, or we're going to run out of showtime.
Yeah, they're going to fall asleep. 7 minutes already. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the world of RVing in the last year and a half, more and more new people have gotten into the RV lifestyle, whether it be full-time, whether it be for the first time, whether it be on a pop-up or a 45-foot diesel pusher. There are more new people entering the RV lifestyle than ever before. And I think all of our audience would agree that when you enter something like an RV category, there is a huge learning curve. And as we're finding out from our friends at Major RV and also at many of the campgrounds, there are people that don't realize that they have special tasks to do and learn about before they can RV successfully. And with us tonight is the premier company for RV education. In fact,
drum roll.
They're so premier that they are RV Education 101. And they are right here. They are joining us.
I thought you guys forgot we were backstage.
They're in the green room now, enjoying all their enjoying
didn't you
some,
like that? Didn't you like the spread? Didn't you like the spread we had for you in the green room?
Oh, all the vegetables I could eat. It was fabulous.
You know, we treat our guests well. So
how are you guys doing?
So we're doing fantastic, and great to have you back. It's been a while. What the hell you want?
Can I introduce their names, please, instead of being rudely interrupted?
20 minutes. How many minutes have you had?
Ladies and gentlemen,
9 minutes, and you haven't
joining us tonight are Mark and Dawn Polk.
Mark is on the left.
Hi, everybody.
Great to be back.
What do you mean back? You've been on with us before?
A couple of times, I think.
Oh,
it's been a while. Been a while though.
On both our shows.
Yes.
Not long enough. Oh, wait a minute. That doesn't come.
That's in case you forget what their logo looks like. So we were talking recently, and I said, we ought to have you guys on because of this influx of new buyers, first time buyers, and you've been doing training now for 22 years, and if you can do it in 30 seconds, give the brief history for those that don't know anything. If they never saw you before, if they never heard of it, a little brief history on the company, because we want to get into some of your products.
Okay. Well, 22 years ago, after I retired from the military, I started selling RVs at a dealership, and eventually I was promoted to the sales manager position. And after we would sell an RV to a customer, we would give them what you refer to as a walkthrough orientation of how everything works on the RV.
You mean a run through?
Then when they would take the RV home, and I thought we were giving some really thorough classes, orientations, and when they would get the RV home, I was the sales manager at the time, and they would call me the next day or even sometimes the same day that they took delivery. and they would say, Mark, I forgot what you said about this or how this works or how that works. And I just thought, wow, that it's just too much information for them to retain. And what could we possibly do to help these RV buyers learn about their RVs and retain the information? And that's when we got the idea to put the walkthrough class in video format. And that's how we started. And then it just expanded from there.
Yeah.
So, Mark, were those the old VHS tapes?
That was actually, yes, VHS right. tape, and then we evolved into DVD, and today we have an online training platform.
That's interesting to say that, to give it a historical perspective, because when Zagami started in the RV industry, it was on a slate with a stone. So just to give you a historical perspective as to how things were.
Bob was the first person who actually drove down to North Carolina and interviewed us way back then.
In 1999, that's right.
First one.
Yep. With a reel-to-reel tape player?
Yeah.
8-track.
Now you're aging us, man.
Yeah, right. I'm aging you too. So, Dawn, don't feel as though you have to spend the whole time smiling like Vanna White while you're there. If you want to frown or drink some Jack Daniels, go ahead and do that. But while Mark was talking, I saw Dawn trying to get this out. Just there you go. So where does Dawn fit into this whole thing here? Because I'm told that Dawn is spending a lot of time on camera these days as well.
Generally, I like to stay behind the camera, but we actually work. Janine Pettit is the founder of Girl Camper. So we teamed together to do a series of videos for the girl campers. So Mark helped me. He put the script together and helped get all the information. And then so now I'm in front of the camera and actually doing the work.
Well, that's cool.
We'll be posting those tomorrow. We'll be posting a link to your girl camper videos tomorrow so that our friends can have access to them also.
Yeah, we worked pretty closely with Janine for years, and we just wanted to try to help the girl camper community just learn some basics about how their RVs operate. And we thought, what better way to do it than just do a series of videos, and then Janine can post it on their website. We can post it on our YouTube channel, and
helps everybody.
Yeah.
Yep. And you've done videos for KOA. You do segments on Rolling on TV.
Go
RVing. You do some stuff for manufacturers also. So let's talk about the first-time buyer. Maybe they're out there watching tonight. What products do you have that are most important to them?
Well, first thing, we want to get to them before they actually go pick the camper up, hopefully. So we have the walkthrough. That's really our claim to fame. So when you buy an RV, we show you how to use it from the time you get to the campground, to go through the whole systems, and so that you know everything about it at that time.
That would be the RV orientation would be the first course that they should go through. And like Dawn said, it teaches them how to set up at the campground. It teaches them all the systems and accessories on the RV. And then if they want to go beyond that, of course, we offer a lot more courses to choose from.
Okay. So you got a lot of courses. Here's what I'm going to ask you. Why don't we give a few away?
We're going to give.
Can we give anything away tonight?
We're going to give some books away. I already have that. Sorry, I didn't tell you that. But now we go.
Actually, we were debating on whether books or courses, but it doesn't matter.
We can do a mix of everything. We're flexible.
Hold that back up again, Don. So what we're going to do, because it's good timing, John, because I was going to announce it around 15 minutes past. We're going to give away three of these books, one for comment number 15, one for comment number 30, and one for comment number 45. And before anybody jumps on me, I realized today that I did not do the 10 giveaways of the RV Life license for a year. And So I will do those. We have 10 winners for the RV Life Pro application. I have to do those. So I will get to those, but then we'll let you know who
Well,
is
when whoever wins the book, you just give us the address, and we'll get it sent out immediately, and won't procrastinate like you do, Bob.
Right, exactly. You just send it. You go
Remember
direct.
what numbers? Did you write them down?
15,
Did you write down the
30,
comments?
45.
45.
I have to keep it pretty easy. Yeah, I don't want to make it too difficult on me.
Yeah. Because you know what? Won't make any difference. He'll forget to do it no matter what. So, Bob, why don't we do this? Let's go to the
Before you jump on there
board here, because
I want
we've got a lot of
to give a
here.
plug before you do that. I want to give a plug. The book is now also available in electronic version. So when you go to this, you can see ebooks and you can see the course for the electronic version also. And
So
and
we'll
you know,
give the choice if they want the electronic or the print or a course. I mean, whatever they want.
and the beauty of that and the orientation, like you said early on, Mark, is they get it, they have it forever, and they can review it every year, or they get stuck on something, they can go back and check it out again. So critical
Yep.
for the first time buyer.
So basically, it's about repetition. So, like Mark, tell about your.
Well,
experience.
they can watch it on a smartphone, a tablet, a computer, and they have lifetime rights. And like we discussed a while back, Bob, if you put the RV in storage and it sits there for 5 months, chances are you're going to forget how something works. And when you take it out next spring, all they have to do is go back, log into the course, and all the information is right there at their fingertips.
You know,
So if they have a problem with a certain issue, they can log on right there and then go to a certain chapter and get to that particular problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what, guys? I know Bob wants to go through the guest comments there in a minute, but let me ask you this question. Your business is probably exploding right now because of the way, I mean, when I just tell you that, when Bob just explained the Thor numbers, they're certainly representative of so many of the RV manufacturers. What is the most common question that first timers ask you? What's the info that they're looking for that rises above all the other categories that you have there?
Boy, I get a ton of questions about
a wide range.
Yeah, it's
batteries,
battery questions, roof maintenance, tires, a lot of questions about towing a trailer,
how to get the water hot.
Yeah, I mean it's I get a lot of questions every week, and I try to answer as many as possible and get back to them and give them, give them the answer to the question. But I would say batteries, tires, and roof maintenance are probably the top three.
Okay. It's interesting that you bring that up. And I just realized this just now when I saw Jerry Plant log in with a question here. Next week on Friday the 8th, I'll be down at Major's RV Center, which is one of the premier RV centers. In fact, your book is on the counter down there all the time. And Jeff, our friend down there, always says, I got to get more. I got to order more.
Yeah, he's good about that. But
I'll be down there as part of their open house. I'll be signing autographs. Yeah, right.
Are you signing Mark's name on the book?
Huh?
Are you signing Mark's name?
Oh, yeah, I'm signing. But we'll be down there as part of their open house. And, they talk about roof, and the interesting thing is this RV Education 101. Let's be very honest. It's not just for newbies. I mean, There are things that veteran RVers forget to do every year.
Lifelong process.
Yeah, exactly. And
you better make sure Slater has a couple of cases of books. Then you better get, has he ordered any lately done?
No, not in the last 2 months, but
Jerry
right now we just put in our new order. So I only have 4 cases left until our next order comes in. So he better hurry up.
You better get him to order 2 cases and get them shipped up quickly.
Jerry's online, so Jerry can tell.
Jerry's on. We kind of forgot our friends here. Let me
go to them while
let me go back to the top here and see what we got. And excuse me for looking over to the big screen here, but I can read them better on the big
Ed
screen.
Laturco, 704, Bob. Go to 704. Ed Laturco. Good evening, guys.
Lisa, all right, we got Lisa. Well, we said Ed. Lisa, good evening, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Really excited for the show tonight. Looking forward to meeting the Polks. Yeah, and Lisa hasn't got her first motorhome yet, so she's in the market. I had lunch.
Did you have breakfast with Lisa?
Lunch.
Lunch. Okay.
Yeah, and she's going to be an RVer soon. But
she was at the Girl Expo, right? The Girl Camper Expo.
Oh, a year ago?
She was at the up in Maine. Yeah.
A year ago.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yep.
Kevin says Thor stock is pretty
good right now. Yes, I would say so. Thor and Winnebago and Forest River. Take your pick. There is no such thing as a bad RV stock these days.
If you bought it a year ago.
Kevin must be happy. Yeah. I'm sure him. I think all the employees, any employee, I don't know if they get a stock option plan, but I imagine they probably do. That would help out. Jim Roy from Silver Restorations, and Jim, of course, Airstream. Jim does the Airstream restorations, and Airstream is part of the Thor family also. So we make it a Thor night tonight. Outstanding news from Ed. Bernie says hello, Mark and Don. Bernie is one of the top sales reps. He's one of the top sales reps at Campers in Merrimack, New Hampshire. Now, Bernie, if you wanted to take a step above the pack, if I was Bernie Colleton, I would have a case of the RV book under my desk.
No, to give out to
every new customer. Yep. And inside, you put your business card. You sign it with a nice note. Please come back. Let me defer. Let me defer to the marketing genius of the show. What do you want, Pedro?
Bernie, what you do is you order from Mark and Dawn, and you ask them, please, pretty please, would you autograph my book? So then, when you give away the book, Bernie, to all your new people that you sell to, okay. Then you can say this is an autographed copy and it has special value. Okay. And if Mark can't write his name, I'll sign him for him. But Bernie,
seeing that we're doing sales training tonight and helping out these, I mean, it's not like these guys need help selling RVs.
No. Anybody today can sell an RV.
However, you still have
the education.
Right.
So to our friend, Mr. Horkey, although they're doing very well, although he's a top salesman, although our dealers absolutely love him. I mean, like I said, Chris Andrews goes fishing with him. He gets invited to go fishing. If I was Keystone Montana Cougar, you can cut a hold of Mark and Dawn. They can get you coupons, discounted coupons, that you give to your dealers and say, every time you sell a Cougar or a Montana, you can't use this to give away with the Coachman guy down the street or the Winnebago. But every time you sell a Cougar or a Montana, you give them a free coupon for the orientation program, online training program, and they're going to remember you for life, because every time they put that, every time they go on that course, they're going to say, that Kevin Horkey's not a bad guy. He let my dealer, give me one of these coupons so that I would be very
absolutely.
Yep. And then when the dealer gets the book, they staple their business card to the front of the book. Don't put it in the book so that every time you open the book, it falls out and is lost.
Right.
Staple that business card to the front of the book so that every time they use that book as a reference, and don't keep the book in the house, keep it in the RV.
Right.
But like Dawn said, read that book, scan it. You know what? I think if you read it from cover to cover, you would not buy an RV, right? You'd be too confused. But if you've got a problem with
I hope not.
Okay, I was with you, John, until then.
I hope
not. I think you went off the rails on that.
No, listen to me. We have friends that bought and I can say this because they're our friends as well. They bought a Winnebago Travato a couple years ago, and the guy is a college professor, and the wife is a school teacher. And they went out to somewhere. It was only like 3-4 hours from their house, but instead of going camping that first weekend, they brought it home 3 hours. And I said, "Did you camp in it in your yard at least?" And they said, "No, we've got to read 12 guidebooks." They've got, they give you the book, the microwave has a guidebook. The heater has a guidebook. The hot water has a guidebook.
That's why they need the RV book, because
exactly.
they put it in an easy
I told
format.
them, I said,
or the orientation course.
The orientation course.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you're like the Cliff Notes.
We simplify it. Yes.
Right. You're the Cliff Notes of that book. And
yes.
Speaking of Cliff Notes, Mark, you should have a yellow shirt, and Dawn, you should have a black shirt on, because those are the colors.
You guys should have blue shirts on.
Well, you send one up or two, and we'll wear it.
It's going to say RV Education 101 on it.
Well, of course.
Fine.
That's all right.
Okay. All right.
Kevin gave us Keystone shirts. We wear Keystone shirts and hats. We're not against any graft or gifts that anybody wants to give us. and the really nice guys, send me a bottle of Jack Daniels. So
need to put some pants on, John.
I have pants on. But look.
There you go.
There you go. Very cool.
See?
Well, that's blue. You could be wearing that one.
Yeah.
I was, and I got in trouble for it.
So there you go. All right, let me catch up here. Jerry Plant. Okay, so Jerry, you got to go in the office tomorrow and talk to Mr. Slater and tell him he's got to order 2 cases of books so that he has them for the open house.
And put my name on the front of that building, live in person, John DePietro, August 8th, 2 to 5 p.m., live in person, signing
book signing.
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
Didn't they make a television commercial with you in it and saying, "Come on down to our open house and meet John DePietro"? I mean,
I think they have.
Joe Moniz on from Rolling on TV. He's here.
Hey.
Joe. Jerry says, I put a link to Mark and Don's website in every inspection report I do.
Well, we appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Who does that?
Jerry.
Jerry, thank you, Jerry.
Says Flintstones. Now, I'm not sure if he's referring to Don and Mark.
No, that's you coming down there with your slate doing the interview.
Okay. Then I can come with the Jetmobile or whatever the hell they used to call it. Don Hawes.
Bob, hold on. You're mixing up the Jetsons with the Flintstones.
Yes.
Oh.
I didn't want to say anything.
It's okay.
Hey, I can't remember the 5 names I was supposed to do 2 weeks ago.
We get paid for this. That's the amazing.
Are we at that 15th comment yet?
Wait a minute. Don Hall says, better late than never, Hey from Texas. Don, you forgot something. When you are late, you are supposed to apologize to the other. You're supposed to come on and say, I'm sorry, I'm late. Now, here it is. Let's see, what time is it? 7:29. So in any minute now, folks, real soon, what's going to happen, John?
Well, we make up the rules as we go along.
Right. But it's 7:30. So is anybody traditionally a half hour late?
Kessler.
You're right. I guess has to tell you. You're right. 30 minutes is about average for Kessler.
30. That's when he's early.
Right. I guess.
No, but wait a minute. We can't rank on Kessler too much because he did give us premier coverage today.
He did a phenomenal one today.
On the show tonight.
You're right. All right. Jim Roy says, I just went through this with a customer, walking them through the systems on their Airstream we just built for them. The owner took video of everything to remember it later. Well, Jim, you're another one that ought to order a case of books up there and, give them to all those customers you restore the Airstreams with. Walt Burns, he hasn't been on for a while. Also love to support the RV Women's Alliance. Thanks, guys, for all you do. That's the RV Women's Alliance. I'm not sure what that has with Mark and Don. Well, Mark, Don goes to the meetings for the RV Women's Alliance.
Bob, where were you during the first 5 minutes of the show when we said that they're doing videos for the
Girl camper.
girl
That's
camper?
Girl Camper, not the RV Women's
Sorry,
Alliance.
I apologize.
RV Alliance. Yeah.
Lisa says, I could use one. Well, if you're 15 or 30 or 45 comments, you might do that. Dante also wants one. Jennifer says, oh, please let it be me. Okay, well, see, people want the book. Frank Cates says, great guest tonight. I broke my own camping record. I camped at Salisbury Beach in May and June, in Cape Cod in July, Winter Island August, and New Hampshire in September. Plan for October in New Hampshire again. Hope I can keep that pace next year. No breakdowns for sure. And Mr. William Sell is with us tonight. Hello, Bill.
Bill.
And let's see. Did I skip him?
Bill didn't apologize.
Huh?
Oh, that was seven. That was 13.
Maybe, but maybe he's been on,
Yes, maybe he was on and just said hello. Now.
Right. John Sensi says, hello, everyone. RV external surge protector is very important. I'd like a book to share with my RV friends. Well, it looks like everybody wants one tonight, John.
Well, Bob, for those that don't win it, why don't we put the address up as to where people can buy them?
Say that. Yeah, we'll put the links up. Yeah. Walter says, I have a copy of the book, so you can give the one I win to somebody else. Very, very good. I would suggest if you win it, Walter, that you give it to your sister who's taking your trailer. So you got to help her. Ed Schleiss. Hey, guys. Nice to see you, Ed. George is up here in New England someplace. I'm surprised he's not on tonight. George Walker and his wife, Donna.
That's right. A couple more days.
We met them out at the Alliance rally. They were up at Acadian National Park recently. So they're probably up here in Maine somewhere. So what other programs, Mark, should they be thinking about? I got a lot of your.
Well, winterizing's coming up right now in some parts of the country, so that would be a good course. Or winterizing and storing.
Preventive maintenance is a good course to have.
There's the winterizing and storing your RV.
Yeah.
Hey guys, let's talk about that winterizing thing.
But talk about this one because that kind of dovetails into your orientation one. So they should really do orientation and once they got through the orientation, preventive maintenance.
So first you learn how to use it, and then you learn how to take care of it.
Yep.
Well, and we have the bundled sets too, where we based on the type of RV the individual owns, and we bundle courses together that are for that type of RV. And there's different sets, like a 5 set, a 6 set, the 9 set. So
we can do ebook learning, video learning, or a combination of the two. So you can kind of tailor it to what your needs are. So
let me see what I got here. Okay, so these are the sets. Yeah, this is the one I was looking for. So they explain how they, Mark or Don, explain why it's important to have all of those.
Well, when we first started this years ago, we concentrated on just the orientation to teach people the systems and how to operate the RV and set up at the campsite. And then I started getting emails from people, and they were asking, they wanted to learn more after they'd learned the basics. They said, well, I'd like to learn how to, more about towing my fifth wheel, or I'd like to learn how to back my motorhome up. So then we started getting into more advanced courses. And what happened was we ended up with 20 different titles, and it was difficult for people to go through and select,
navigate everything.
Yeah, select what goes with their type of RV. So we just put them into the bundled sets and said, hey, if you want to learn how to use your RV, tow your RV, winterize your RV, maintain your RV, then this is the bundled set for you.
Everything that you need to know, and it's easy to navigate, and it's easy to understand.
And to be honest with you, if someone buys the orientation, they typically come back and then buy one of the sets, or a lot of people go right to the big set, the nine video set and just get everything they can get. So, then whatever time of year it is, whatever they're trying to do, whether it be winterizing it or taking it out of storage in the springtime, they have all those titles at their fingertips.
And for each course, when you complete it, we give you quizzes so that you can understand that you've retained the information. And then we give you a certificate of completion. So some insurance companies will accept that certificate and maybe give you a discount. So, it's worth checking and asking.
After my 5th year of college, I have a certificate of completion. They said, we're completely tired of dealing with you. Don't come back. Is that what you mean? So, Dawn, this is about the time that you should be saying, if this is a real TV show, that Dawn Polk, listen to me now, this is what you should be saying. But wait, there's more. If you buy this program, for tonight only during the special TV offer, we'll give you a copy of some outdated stuff that's not pertinent anymore, but it's still free, so you'll think of it as a perceived value. So
everything's up to date. Everything's up to date.
Right. But for anybody who buys something up to date, give them an old VHS cassette of something that
we don't have anymore. They're kind of like in the.
I think I have 2 boxes over at the big garage. I don't know.
Right, so here's what I'm going to do for you. In addition to the 3 books that we're going to give away, I don't want to take any more money out of your pocket. That's the URL for the online training courses. Anybody who signs up for an online training course, anybody who's on here right now that signs up for an online training course.
Hold on, everybody.
You know, send me an email. Let me know. I will pay for them to put a book in the mail to you. I will buy you a book. If you sign up for an online training course, NervDo will buy you the book. Now I got to figure out, how do we know who,
we could have a code.
Let's see. I'll make a code. NervDa 21. And so NERVDA 21, right? Okay. All together. And when it asks for the promo code, put that in there. Wait until after the show. Give me a few minutes, and then I'll go ahead and activate it. And I'll attach actually a 15% discount to that.
Whoa. And
then I will let you know if anybody purchases from that.
Okay. Whoa. So anybody who uses the NervDa 21, all right, I'll tell you what.
It's not ready yet, so don't do it yet.
Okay, so it'll only apply for Thursday and Friday, so don't do it tonight.
Okay.
Thursday and Friday, if you sign up for a course and it goes through with the NervDa 21 logo code, you'll get 15% off the course, and NervDa will buy you the book.
That's only available for a limited time offer in this special
supplies last
TV program.
Right, till from midnight tonight to midnight Friday night. How's that?
Well, that's nice of you, Bob.
Yes, thank you so much.
There's your code to do that.
Licensed drivers only.
I have to do a commercial. This is a self-serving commercial, and I keep forgetting to do this every week. So damn it, I'm going to do it tonight.
Hold on. Before you do that, we have to give them the disclaimer. Licensed drivers only, void where prohibited. Offer may vary in some states. Your mileage may differ.
Okay. Be over 16 to purchase.
And if you work for RV Education 101, you're not eligible.
Okay, go ahead with this Phantom show.
We got to start. We're going to be starting to do a lot of promotion for the Boston RV and Camping Expo, January 14th to 17th. This year, we're opening up Friday afternoon at 4 p.m. The show is a go, and we'll have a live in-person show. And based on recent shows, people are ready to go back to the shows again. So, and we'll have special deals for our dealers, and we'll be promoting a lot of the sneak peeks like we have in the past.
Right. So they should write that down. They can't buy tickets yet, though, right?
They cannot. No, tickets are not. The ticket sales are not on. They will be on soon. but Gary just got back from the Denver Auto Show, so he needs a couple of weeks to really get into full steam ahead for the Boston show.
14th through 17th. That's MLK weekend, right?
MLK weekend, right?
And that is Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
and
Monday.
Yep, we'll do that.
So,
okay.
Dawn and Mark wants to know if it's
let me put this one up. Let me get rid of the code. Talk about how this particular one works, because you have these for travel trailers and motorhomes and what have you. What's the difference with this type of deal?
Well, that's the orientation for the travel trailer and fifth wheel, and then we have an orientation specifically for a motorhome. So in the travel trailer and fifth wheel orientation, if there's something different, a lot of the same things apply between the two, but when there's a difference, like the hitching and anything that's different between the two types of RVs, we get into that specific area. So we just combine the two rather than making two separate ones.
Okay,
that's all that is.
Yep. All right. So,
Bob, Lisa asked something about if you don't own an RV, is it too early to get the courses? I would say absolutely not.
No.
The more you familiarize yourself with these systems before owning, you're going to be like 5 steps ahead when it comes time to utilize them. And I think
Absolutely.
And we actually have a buying course as well, and that's the one you want to get before you go out and buy an RV, because if you really pay attention to some of the things that we put in there, you can save a significant amount of money when you purchase your RV. I used to be an F&I manager and sales manager, so I know a lot of the ins and outs of the industry when it comes to that type of thing. And that buying course can save you some money. And then right after you finish that is a good time, once you determine what type of RV you're interested in. And the buying course will help you, it'll help you along with that decision. But once you know what type you want, then it's a good idea to get the orientation for that type. And when you go in, to take delivery of the unit, you're going to be way leaps and bounds ahead.
And I will tell you, I have had some people that have, they thought for sure they were going to go for like a fifth wheel. And then all of a sudden at the last minute, they change and decide to go motorized. So if you've already bought that, it's easy for me to just switch you over, get rid of the other one and put you into the new one. So we are so flexible and easy to work with. And so we pride ourselves on customer service. So I want to make sure that you're happy and get the best of what you want to get.
Yeah. And I think it's also important to point out that the decision of what type of unit to buy is a major decision.
It's a huge decision.
And not only is it a major decision, it is a confusing decision, because nobody does it better than Bob Zagami in doing a seminar on seminar for the first time RV buyer. And you say, well, the only decision you have to make is motorized or towable. But then when you make the motorized decision, do you want to go Class A? Do you want to go Class B? Do you want to go Class C? Do you want to go gas or diesel? And then if you say towables, well, do you want a bumper hitch? Do you want a fifth wheel? Do you want a fifth wheel toy hauler? Do you want to park your unit at a one campground all summer, or do you want one that's small and nimble enough that you can get out and go around to various campgrounds throughout the country or throughout your region?
So we spend a significant amount of time on helping them along with that decision, because it's a major decision. So we want to make sure that they're purchasing the type of RV that's best suited to their needs.
Yep.
And
if they make a mistake with the type that they want, it's going to cost them to switch over.
Well, it's just like if you make a mistake buying something too small, and then a year later you go back to that, all those mistakes cost you. So that's the kind of stuff we try to cover to make sure that you're not, a lot of people are intimidated a little bit by the length of the RV or the size of the RV, but you really have to consider how you plan to use it and how many people will be camping in the RV.
Yep.
So you don't make a mistake of getting something too small or too big and then you regret it.
Well, and there's things you don't think about. You don't know what to ask. So you don't know what you don't know, right?
Yeah.
Well, and the funny thing is people buying too small or buying too big. It's an issue because, like my wife says, with the motorized part, no matter whether it's 45 foot or whether it's 24 feet, it entertains 6, it feeds 4, and sleeps 2.
Yeah.
And let's just ask our audience here for a second that did they have a big learning curve in trying to figure out how they bought their first RV? And secondly, along the same lines, did they make a mistake in buying their first RV that they wish with a little bit of education could have prevented that? So audience.
Let me answer Ed's question. Our book is $19.95 individual, but for dealers, we offer a major discount, and the books come 26 to a case. Right. So I offer a major discount.
I was going to say that, Ed, I'm not sure why he's asking about the case, but Ed, if you want to buy a case, we'll give you the NERV dealer price for the case.
Yeah.
Ed's not a dealer, but he's a good friend, and I can give discounts where I want them. So
yeah.
And Bob,
there you go.
There you
Kevin
go.
Roki said, looking forward.
We'll let you buy at the dealer price, Ed. Mr. Moniz is feeling good tonight. He must be on his second drink. He says, I heard that RV Education 101 was going to start offering a VIP course where you go down and stay with them for a week and get a personalized one-on-one course. That VIP package includes great vegetarian meals.
Oh, boy.
You need to lay off the bottle, Joe.
He hasn't been this engaged for 6 months.
Is there such a thing as a great vegetarian meal, or are those two words mutually exclusive?
Good.
Is Michelle here tonight? We need to talk to Michelle.
Okay, so Ed wants them for upcoming veterans events, and Ed does a lot of work with the veterans, and he's one himself, but he does a lot with the Lexington Veterans Association.
So we will definitely discount.
Absolutely, yes.
Yep, we do that. Don Hawk says, "Do not go just by floor plan. Consider everything." Absolutely.
Yep. Good point.
Jerry says, I recently gave some driving lessons to a couple with a Winnebago Brave. They decided it was too big and are now shopping for a Class C. So did they already own the Winnebago, or did they take it out for a test drive and then come by Majors to have you teach them how to drive it and then decide it was too big, Jerry?
What always amazed me when I was selling RVs is a lot of people didn't even want to drive the motorhome. They decided which one they wanted to purchase, but they didn't drive it. And I said, you have to drive it because that's what you're going to be doing a lot of is driving. So I would encourage them, even if I had to take them over to the Agri Center and let them drive around the parking lot or whatever, just to get them behind the wheel, because that can be a huge mistake. I mean, all these buying decisions that come into play
all have major implications.
Yes, they do. They do.
And we have a driving course for motorized, and we give you some easy tips for both, for the man and the woman, whoever's going.
I want to go back to Ed for just a second. Ed, if you're going to do these for some of the upcoming veterans events, make sure you get a hold of me, and I'll get in touch with the RV Technical Institute, and I'll make sure that you have a bunch of brochures for those veterans, because they're really a lot of the new programs are geared towards veterans, and we certainly need a lot of technicians around the country. So I'll get you some brochures for that also.
Yeah.
Bob, did you read the note of that lady that said, I think you should read that note because it depicts what kind of guy Zagami is. This Jennifer Tessier. Bob, I sent you an email.
What time?
7:33. That is important because I think, even somebody here said this is a nice group of people, and it is a nice group of people, but I'll read it while you look for it. Bob, I sent you an email a few months ago asking for advice to get into the industry, and you so kindly replied and told me to call you anytime. I haven't yet because shortly after I changed jobs, it's been bedlam ever since. But I have so much respect for you and your kindness. Hope to talk to somebody soon so I can start living my RV dream. Thank you. And
I'll tell you, Bob and John are fat. Yes, you guys do so much for the industry. And Bob, you are just amazing. You do. You give so much of your time.
Well, we love it. We just love what we do. We don't have to do it. It's something that we like to do, and we don't want to see any unhappy campers. And I know you feel
that's
the same
right.
way.
It's good for the whole industry.
Right.
But Dawn, let me suggest one thing to you. Next time you say something nice about us, say me first. Say John and Bob.
John and Bob.
Because that's the way the intro.
But that kind of evens out the intro because it says, John DePietro and Bob Zagami. So I have to get a few shots in, somewhere during the show.
Yeah, and Jose is asking if you
pay to have another intro done.
And Jose is asking when you've gone 45 minutes without taking a shot. Bob has gone 45 minutes without taking a sip of tea. Do you have it there, Zagami?
What? It's right here.
Well, put it in the camera.
I've been sipping on it.
Yeah. Well, Jose has not seen that. Okay. And
that's because he was sipping on his.
My water.
Yeah.
By the way, Frank Palanga's here. He's making wisecracks again. But a couple weeks ago, I got to take a tour of his absolutely beautiful mobile suites.
The RV mobile
suite.
Nice RV.
That is very nice.
Yep. If it wasn't for him that owned it, it would even be a lot nicer because it kind of devalued quite a bit knowing that Frank was involved with it at one time. But the unit itself was very nice.
And thank you, Jose, for the nice comment. Thank you for that. We appreciate it.
Who said that?
Jose. About the winterizing segment on ROTV, Rolling on TV.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? If it's true, it's true. See, Dawn, it pays off to comment on your own product.
I'm highlighting it. Yes. Thank you, Jose.
Repeat. That's somebody views. Mark, keep replaying our segment. Okay. Read what Frank said, Bob. My first, or you want me to read it?
What time?
Oh, that's Jerry's thing.
Just tell me the time.
7:52. I'll read it. Frank said his first trailer was 12 feet used. Second and third were 23 feet and fit for 4 people. My new Airstream is 23 feet and just big enough at this stage now. I knew those mini RVs would not do well. But ironically, those mini RVs we were up in Maine this past weekend.
Oh, now, yeah.
You see those tiny little ones that's basically, they pull a mattress around with them. They're all over the place.
Yeah. Teardrops and all. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
They are very popular. Yep. They can do that. Any new things coming down the pike, Don or Mark, or anything new on the drawing board?
Nothing right at this point. Just trying to keep up with the blog and the newsletters. And
you know how the big thing now is the van life stuff, people with vans and this and that. Well, I just went out and bought an old 1978 Dodge van,
a shaggy van
that's actually 4-wheel drive from the factory, and I'm thinking about maybe just doing a restoration conversion type series on it.
I'm buying the orange carpet and the beads for it.
The shag carpet.
Hey, Don Perone will be want to buy that.
Okay, well, I'll be selling it, so
yeah. Especially if it's shag carpet. That's why he bought his first RV, because the hotels he used to stay in had shag carpeting.
We've done so much video work over the years for companies in the industry, and I have a lot of product that's just sitting over at the garage that I thought it's never going to get used. So this van would be the perfect candidate for some of that stuff, and just turn it into something that you could go for a weekend. Spend a weekend at a campground, spend a weekend up in the mountains, wherever you want to go with it, and you would be self-contained pretty much for a couple days anyway.
Well,
Because
there's
it had to
absolutely
be
no
a
question that
Dodge
vans
or
are
a
huge.
Mopar or a Ram product, because that's
It's
all
a
that Mark,
it's a Dodge. Yeah.
Mark
Yeah.
buys. Right.
It's not
Yeah.
a Power Master, though, is it?
Yeah.
It's an old just a shorty van, the short van. But what I was shocked to see was it's 4-wheel drive, which you don't see that hardly ever on those old 70s vans like that.
Hey, does it have the sliding door to get into the back area, or are they regular
It's got the
doors?
barn doors, the
Oh,
two
the
back
barn
doors
doors,
that
okay.
open up, and then it's got a side door on it. So just an old van. It's in pretty good shape.
Perfect for a
If you
disco
need
ball.
if you need a bumper sticker for it, Jerry's got one for you.
Yeah, I saw that.
Everybody, you know what? Everybody who's watching this show knows the other end of that slogan.
Hey, we were talking earlier today, Mark. You mentioned that sales of the RV book are going through the roof,
Yeah.
and you attributed that to a lot of newcomers that are coming in, and because we haven't, in many cases, we haven't given them all the training that they should have, or the walkthroughs were a little bit hurried. They're obviously going out to Google and searching for RV help or RV
Yeah.
book. With yours
book-
is up. Comment
the
on
book
that
is-
a little bit.
Well, the book is available at Amazon and all the Camping World stores around the country. So I think people are searching on Amazon and they're finding the book as far as
And I
that
think
goes.
Gander Outdoors as
But
well.
and Gander Outdoors also. But John, you said early on at the beginning of the show that a lot of people have had a difficult time with their business in the pandemic, and if they were lucky to see a 5% increase, they would be doing well. And it's really unfortunate, but on the RV side of things, of course, you guys know better than anybody that the sales have just skyrocketed. So not only have our book sales increased, but our course sales, the video course and ebook courses sales have increased significantly over, this time of year, if you look back 2 years ago. So we've been very, very fortunate for that. But the book now is, it just went past 55,000 copies. So we're really proud of that. It just continues to sell. So we just
And
continue
we're self-published. I'm really proud of that. We're self-published and do everything in-house.
So we keep it updated. We keep things current in it, and we keep reprinting. As long as it's selling, we're going to continue to print it.
Yep, and update
Now,
as well,
really-
right? That's very
Yes, we
important.
update it. I update it probably every 3 printings. I go back through it. Things change. Things on RVs change, and things just in general change. So yeah, we are pretty good with that, keeping it updated, keeping everything current.
We're on the 7th edition of the book.
Well, you only made one mistake. You said that you wanted to reference something that John said at the beginning of the show. John doesn't remember what he said at the beginning of the show.
Well, he was shaking his head like he did. I don't know.
Mark, I remember it because
I know.
if you look, most of the intelligence stuff that was said on this show during this past hour, which I can't believe it's gone already, was
It's
said
gone.
by me and the Polks. And then the guy in the yellow just threw stuff in every once in a while.
Yeah, God, it's gone.
And
All
then
right,
he
so
had
there's
his
your,
relatives write nice
there's
things
your
about
URL for the online streaming.
Yep.
training.
You want to make sure you have that. And what I do here, got the wrong one. And there's their website. Any closing comments that you'd like to say to our fans?
I just want to say we appreciate everything, all the kind comments, all the support over the years. We could not have done it without everybody, and we are just honored.
And
Well,
we
look at-
appreciate you having us back on your show again, Bob and John.
Yes.
John and Bob.
And both of you guys are so fabulous.
We haven't seen you for so long. We had to get back to see you in person. So let's remind everybody, we're giving away 3 books at
Yes.
the 15, 30, and 45 comments.
Yep.
They can get a 15% on anything on the online streaming program
Thursday and Friday.
right there. Thursday and Friday,
And a free
15%
book.
off. And I will pay for the book. I'll throw in a book courtesy of NERVDA, but you have to use the NERVDA 21 course. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to take the course tomorrow. You can sign up for the course now. The beauty of it
Right.
is you have lifetime access. You don't have to take it for 6 months. So, Lisa, go ahead and sign up. You get yourself a free book. And
go through it now, and you'll learn so much that you don't know.
Spend your time on the site looking at which one you maybe go through the buy an RV one first. Go through a couple of them. You'll have that.
Yep.
What I leave out, DePietro?
You did a great job. The only thing I'm upset with is that we've known the Polks for 10 years and they haven't come to New England yet.
They keep telling us they're coming.
Hey, we had plans to come up there. I believe it was
last year.
Maybe 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
But something happened. There was a reunion or something, and Bob, I think didn't you have a family reunion or something?
No, I'm in Maine all summer.
He had his 80th high school reunion. That's
okay.
I was the only one that showed up.
Fred Flintstone went up instead of us.
Yeah. or as Bob refers to Fred Flintstone as George Jetson.
Well, we do need to get up there.
Yeah, we have plans to come up. We definitely have it on. It's one of our bucket list trips.
Yep. Well, we'll look forward to welcoming you with opening night to New England. Because the name of this show is RVing. Where, Bob?
In New England. So we'd love to have you come up. So I'm going to put on our closing video, and anybody else, leave your comments. If you got some other comments that you want to leave for us, and we'll get back to you. And Don, Mark, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it, everybody.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to
Always
see
a
you.
pleasure.
This edition of RVing in New England was a presentation of the New England RV Dealers Association. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.